Hello, I'm Amanda and today I will be talking about the elements of weather and climate. Weather is nothing more than the different elements it is composed of, as well as the way they interact with each to create different atmospheric conditions or weather events. We first need to identify what the elements are that make up the weather. 8 primary elements or factors drive all weather. 1. Temperature. 2. Air pressure. 3. Wind. 4. Humidity. 5. Precipitation. 6. Visibility. 7. Clouds. 8. Sunshine duration. We all know what temperature is. When discussing the weather, this will probably be one of the first topics that come up. It is because you are so sensitive to temperature and quickly become aware of feeling cold or hot. We know what it feels like, but what exactly is temperature? In more practical terms, it means that the particles in the air move or vibrate at a certain speed, which creates kinetic energy. When the particles start to move or rotate around faster, temperature increases. When the particles begin to slow down, the temperature also starts to decrease. Instrument for measuring temperature. The thermometer is the instrument used to measure temperature. They come in all shapes and sizes and dates all the way back to 1740. The mercury, bimetal, and digital thermometer are the three most commonly used instruments for measuring ambient temperature. Air pressure. It is also one of the critical variables used to make accurate weather forecasts. Although it may not be visible, air has weight since it is not empty. The weight of the particles in the air creates pressure due to the gravitational force of the Earth. Since more air is present above the air close to the ground, air pressure is the highest on the planet's surface and decreases as altitude increases. Instrument for measuring air pressure. The barometer is the instrument used to measure air pressure. Evangelista Torricelli developed the first device in 1643. Like the thermometer, the barometer also comes with different forms. Some examples include mercury, water, aneroid, and digital barometers. Wind. The speed and strength of wind are determined by the distance between the low pressure and high pressure areas, as well as the difference in air pressure. Instrument for measuring wind. The anemometer is the instrument used to measure wind speed, consisting of 3.4 half cups of arms rotating around a central axis. You can typically find it on top of a weather station or at an elevated position. A wind vane or weather vane is the instrument used to measure wind direction. It is a flat-shaped object that spins freely on an axis, very often in the shape of an arrow or crocodile. You can also find it on top of a weather station or highly elevated objects. It is common to see them on top of roof chimneys, church towers, and even communication towers. Humidity. Humidity is the amount of water vapor that is present in the atmosphere at any specific time. Water vapor is nothing more than water in a state of gas after the liquid has evaporated. Although humidity and its effects can usually be felt, it is normally invisible to the naked eye. Humidity can be challenging to understand and interpret correctly. Then you also have to be able to make a clear distinction between absolute and relative humidity. Instrument to measure humidity. The hygrometer is the instrument used to measure humidity. You can also find more than one of this type of device, like the psychrometer and the resistance hygrometer. Precipitation. Precipitation can take the form of rain, snow, hail, or graupel. Precipitation is primarily the result of evaporation and condensation. Precipitation is primarily instrument for measuring rainfall. A rain gauge is the instrument used to measure rainfall. It is essentially a measured container that captures rain and measures the amount that falls over a set period of time. Visibility. This measurement is crucial when conditions like mist, haze, fog, and freezing drizzle are present, which can severely impede visibility. It is especially applicable in areas where visibility plays a crucial role, like airports and harbors where it can literally be a matter of life or death. Instrument for measuring visibility. Visibility sensors like forward scanner sensor are the instruments used to measure visibility. In the past, using your own vision to measure the degree to which you could observe an object was the standard. Clouds. Studying them in more detail with scientific equipment is very valuable to make very accurate assessments of present and future atmospheric conditions. Knowing how to identify a certain type of cloud and the weather associated with it can prove valuable when assessing weather conditions with only visual references. Instrument for measuring clouds. The advanced instruments meteorologists use to study clouds in detail are weather satellites and radars. Satellite and radar images are able to accurately measure cloud density, the amount of moisture, the temperature, and movement of the clouds. As already stated, sunshine duration influences other weather elements, which can change the whole makeup of the weather conditions. This ability makes it a more powerful and influential factor than you might think. Instrument for measuring sunshine recorders, more specifically Campbell-Stokes recorders, are the instruments used to record sunshine duration. Campbell-Stokes recorders basically consist of a spherical lens that focuses sunlight on a specific type of tape to make its measurement. In conclusion, studying about the elements of weather and climate is fundamental in our daily life. It can help us in terms of planning and organizing our activities and even predicting the pattern of how our new future would be like so that it won't be too upsetting whenever our plans didn't go as we wished them to be. With knowledge of weather and climate, we can also prepare ourselves for whatever climatic situation and condition that we might have to go through. I'm Amanda, signing off now. Thank you for spending your valuable time listening to me.